Okay, so once again, good morning students. Today I am present before you to take your class. So today I will be taking your class from this lesson adverb. So we all of us know what is an adverb. So if you want to look at its meaning, we can describe it as a word that modifies an adjective, verb or an adverb in a sentence. So if we want to know what is the meaning of modify, in modify we can write it as changes. So what does a verb do? A verb changes the meaning of an adjective, verb and an adverb in a sentence. And what does it do? It not only changes but it adds more meaning to an adjective, verb or an adverb in a sentence. So if you want to know more about adverb and how does it changes the meaning, we can go through this example. For example, she writes neatly. Number 2, don't speak loudly. And number 3, she is good in her studies. So if you look in this sentence, in the first sentence, you can see that this word neatly is changing the meaning of this word. In the second sentence, you can see that this word loudly is changing the meaning of this word speak. And in the third sentence, she is good in her studies. So in this sentence, this word very is modifying the meaning of this word good. Okay, so till now I have taught you about the definition of adverb along with its example. So now in this second part we are going to learn about types of adverbs. So in your book, if you will see, only 4 types has been mentioned. But if we will look at this adverb, actually it has been divided into 6 types. First one, adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, interrogative adverbs, adverbs of frequency and adverbs of degree. And if you want to know more about these types of adverbs, let's do it in a long form. Okay, so number 1 is adverbs of manner. So from this adverb of manner, what do we understand? We understand that in what way the action has been done. For example, she spoke silently. She writes neatly. So from these 2 examples, we can make it out that how did she speak? She speaks silently, and when she is writing, how did she write? She writes neatly. Now, second one is adverbs of place. So, these adverbs of place and the places we know are quite different. So, when we are talking about adverbs of place, in this type, we don't will write the names of places. But in this kind, we will write it in the form of here, there, far, etc. Like come, here, another one, he is there. So when we use these words like here and there, it tells us about adverb of place. But from here we can make it out that we are not talking the actual name of the places, but we have been talking about adverbs of place. Okay, so number 3 is adverbs of time. And over here, when we are talking about adverbs of time, we don't use the time that we get from a clock. But over here, we will mention the time like always, never, sometimes, etc. And when you write the sentence for this given words, you can write it as I always do my homework. I never bunk my classes. So this always and this never tells us about adverb of time. Always you can say it as frequently, never like sometimes you miss it. And now number last is adverb of interrogation. Like this word interrogation or interrogative, you can write it in the form of asking questions. And we all know that whenever we are asking questions, we use these WH words like what, where, when, what, why, and another one you can write it as how. For example, you can take it like this. When will you come here? So over here, this adverbs of interrogation is asking you a question. When will you come here? And your answer can be I will be there at any moment. Okay, so till now we have done 4 types of adverbs. So this is number 5 and number 6. So your number 5 is adverbs of frequency. So what does adverb of frequency tell us? It tells us about how often an action occurs or how often we do the action. For example, always, sometimes, often. For this we can take this example like I always do my homework. And another example you can write it as I often go out at night. So in these sentences, always and often tells you about how times or how much we do the action. Like always, frequently, often, sometimes. So last one is adverbs of degree. And what is adverbs of degree? Adverbs of degree tells us upon or it tells us about how much an action is done or in what degree. So when we talk about this degree we can say it as comparison. For example, I am almost done, and another one, am rather busy. So this almost and this rather tells us about adverbs of degree, or we can take it as comparison between one or between two. So today in the class I have taught you about adverbs, its meaning along with its example, as well as 6 types of adverbs. Hope all of you have understood. And after you see the video, I request all of you to do this homework, page number 48, exercise C in your book. So this much for today. I hope that whatever we have been teaching in the class, I think it has been helpful for you in some way or the other way. And I request all of you that not only seeing the video, I request all the students to go through the book and see each and everything that has been written in your book. So this much for today. In the next class, I will be present before you with some other lesson.